Tour Time, the Shanghai Scam, episode 1. That's right. If you want to learn about production, this is probably not the video for you. Just so you know, you can click away now. But I waited here just for that train, just for y'all. So this is a new segment called Tour Time. Or, I don't know, if you have a clever name, comment below. We're basically going to tell fun stories from the road. And yeah, it's tour time. So get excited, get ready, because today we're going to talk about the Shanghai Scam. What's the Shanghai Scam, you might ask? Well, let me take you back to June of, I think it was June of last year, or this year, 2023. Hashtag 2023 is your year, according to the apartment building. And yeah, so here's how it starts. I was gonna go play at Abyss in Shanghai, which is where I got this little chain thing. They gave it to me. It's a cool club there. They're doing some cool stuff. And I was pretty excited to be in China because I'd never been anywhere in Asia, never been to China, obviously, because I haven't been anywhere in Asia. And I do kind of want to sit. And so I was pumped, and I was there for like 10 days or something. And so as I was there, I decided to get on Tinder because, and Hinge and all that, because fuck it, I don't know. Got a hotel for like 10 days. It's gonna be fun. Let's see what's going on. And so this is basically, you're gonna hear about what happens, which is the most expensive lunch of my life. So long story short, it's gonna be like 10 minutes. I'm on Tinder and I'm matching with some people, and I match with someone, can't remember the name, looks cute, whatever. We have a little chat. Their English isn't the best, but I'm in China, so that makes sense. And I'm like, maybe it'll be better in person. Let's find out, whatever. We're talking. And at like 11 p.m. at night, she invites me to hang out, which I thought was a bit weird because I don't know this person. And typically, in my experience of like a normal, like, I don't know, usually like a male-female interaction, in my experience, like, I don't know, usually you like meet in like a well-lit spot first or something, because sometimes people are fucking weird, and usually meet like during the, I don't know, in my experience, I don't know, or like it feels weird to be like, hey, just come meet me. And when I tell her, another train, I'm just like, yo, I can't, I don't have a taxi, I don't have any money because I just had euros. He's like, oh, I'll pay for it, don't worry. And I was like, huh, kind of weird, but whatever. My friends at the time, or the promoters who booked me, were like, hey, don't do that, maybe come hang out with us. Seems kind of weird. And I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. So I go hang out with them, and we're at some club. I think it's called Potent or something. And it's cool. And a thing that's interesting to note is that in Shanghai, at least on the dating app, it seemed like there was a lot of women who had, like, I went to Harvard, I went to Yale, I went to whatever, like some, like crazy school like that. And then probably just move back to Shanghai and just like print paper. Because, if you speak Chinese and English and live in Shanghai and go to one of those schools, blah, 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 you're probably in a position to like make a shit ton of money. So as I'm at the club, I'm talking to my friends there, my new friends. And I was like, yeah, a lot of rich women in Shanghai. I'm like, okay, cool. Only mentioning that because it's important for the story. It's important for the story later. It's a key detail, okay? Because now in my head, I'm like, okay, Shanghai, lots of rich women here, got it. Because in some sense, of course, I don't know that much about Shanghai, but in some ways it feels like, wow, there's a lot of money here. Like, you can just see like all these buildings and all this expensive shit. It almost felt like Chinese New York or something. Well, yeah, I'm sure I would guess there's probably tons of poor people too. I don't know. But yeah, whatever. So fast forward, it's the day to meet up. And she's like, yo, let's meet at this spot downtown. We're gonna have lunch and go on a walk. That's the plan. And I'm like, okay, cool, that sounds good. And let's do that. And again, I don't have any money. I don't know how to like pay for anything. So I don't even know how to get a taxi there. And the thing is, at least in my experience, and this is, yeah, I know this is like such a privileged thing as an English speaker, native English speaker to say, but like a lot of people there didn't speak very good English versus like in Berlin where like everyone speaks English / a lot of people speak English, not everyone, of course. But yeah, so it was a lot different because usually I'm pretty confident when I travel one place, you know, being kind of independent, walking around, doing whatever. But here I did feel a bit like I actually kind of don't know what the fuck's going on sometimes. And like a lot of people can't really help me. So basically I'm like, okay, cool, let's meet downtown. I'll just walk there because it's a 40-minute walk, but fuck it, I'm in Shanghai. I'll go check out the deal, see what's going on, you know, get an impression of the city, have a nice walk, whatever. So I get there, walking, and then I see someone looking at their phone at the intersection, and I've never been, I don't think I'd ever been catfished before. I've met people who look different from the photos, but I've never met someone who looked like a different person. Like I met some, like, you know, sometimes you meet someone, you're like, oh wow, like, yes, this is the same person, but they really like looked like they really like, that photo really was a great photo, because in person it's not really matching up to that level. I know I sound like such a shit right now, but y'all know how it goes, you know, you go to meet someone, you have an expectation, and then this person was just a different person. And she was a lot older. I'm into some older people sometimes, you know, but she was just a lot older. Was like on her phone, like when I like said hi, just like was a different person, not the same. And so my head was like, that's weird. And honestly, I felt weird, and I was like, this isn't what I was led to believe. I don't like this. I'm not interested in like this romantic context anymore. And honestly, I should have just left, because like, what the fuck? Someone just posted like fake photos. That's sketchy as hell, right? But I'm stupid. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do lunch, and then I'm gonna bounce. No walk, just lunch. Because I don't know, I'm in Shanghai, I don't know anyone. It's something to do. I don't know, I'm making all these dumb rationalizations. We're in front of Helveg right now. It's like German Home Depot for all my Americans out there. But basically, so I'm like, fuck it. I don't know, let's just go on this lunch. Fine. So and she kind of has like nice clothes on. Again, remember the whole rich person thing? So I start to have this idea, oh, maybe she's like one of these rich women, because then also I told her right away, hey, by the way, I don't have any the local currency. I think it's called yuan. I feel stupid. Is that it? Other key detail, more trains. But basically, like, yo, I don't have any yuan. I just have euros, so I can't pay for lunch. So can we stop at a bank first so I can get some euros, you know? And she goes, oh, don't worry, I'll pay. And I'm like, oh, sweet, okay. Sounds good. Fuck yeah, you know? She's paying for lunch. She's got these nicest clothes on. She's paying for lunch. She's on her phone a lot, which I think is pretty rude, but I don't know what's happening. Like, maybe she's like a businesswoman who's really busy, making deals. You know, she's about to buy me lunch. She has nice clothes. So I'm like, fuck it. I guess she's just gonna pay for lunch. Cool. It's just lunch, whatever. It's not that crazy. So we start walking. We're walking. Fuck, I don't know where I am right now. Let's see if this leads us somewhere. We're walking, and I'm like, okay. She just points at some buildings, like, you like this? Her English was pretty bad. You know, I'm not trying to be offensive. It was just not the best. It's fine. It doesn't have to be. But she's like, you like this? She points at the wall, and it's some like dumplings. And I'm like, yeah, I like dumplings. Fuck it. Okay. We're gonna like go downhill. I'm gonna keep talking. This is a bit dangerous. You know what? We're gonna turn around. And so I'm like, yeah, I like dumplings. Let's go in there. So we go into this restaurant, and honestly, whatever. It didn't look the best. Like, I don't know, oftentimes when a restaurant has like photos of the food outside, it's not always the case, but sometimes it's just a bit corny to me. I don't know, but whatever. We go in. She's paying after all, and we go into this room where there's two. It's a one table and two chairs, and this weird like orb disc thing in the middle of the table. And it's a private room. And we sit down, and it smells like fish so much. And look, more trains. It smells so much like fish. And I'm like, it smells pretty bad. But I'm trying to be like, yo, Alex, maybe this is normal for China, that like places just smell really fishy. Like, you know, maybe you can get over this. Like, fuck it. Just, you know, let's just sit here, and she's buying lunch. Let's just eat the lunch. She doesn't seem to care about the smell. So fine. But it smells so fucking bad. And so eventually I'm like, hey, and she's still like on her phone texting. Honestly, she's pretty rude. She's barely talking to me, and the conversation sucks so hard. She's like, just clearly doesn't give a fuck. And I'm kind of like, what am I doing here? But whatever. I'm out of here once this lunch is over, you know? Gonna get the lunch and get out of here. So, I can't deal with the smell. So I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. Do you mind if we go someplace else? It just smells really bad. Again, whatever. I don't care if I'm being that like lame foreign white dude who can't handle the fish smell, because in my head I don't know if this is normal. I will say I don't think any other restaurant I went to in China smelled this bad, but I'm just like, I don't give a shit. It smells really bad. I can't even focus. Can we go somewhere else? I didn't say it like that, you know. I was more like, hey, do you mind if we go somewhere else? It smells kind of bad, you know. I'm nice, you know. And so too nice, which is why I got fucked later. We're getting there. So basically, so she's like, yeah, we can go somewhere else. I'm like, cool, great. So she gets up and just walks to another room in the same restaurant and sits back down. Another room with one table and a big fucking orb. And look at all these trains. That one's going to Prague, I think. Hashtag Prague, December 9th. Or December 2nd, playing in Prague. Be there. No Remorse is the name of the party. It's gonna be fun. But basically, yeah, so we go into another room, and same shit. It smells bad. But at this point, I'm like, fuck. Her English isn't that good. She doesn't understand that I want to like go to a different restaurant. She's paying for this lunch. I'm just gonna fucking go with this. Like, I'm not gonna ask us to move again, you know, because it feels, you know what I mean? I'm trying not to be too high maintenance. So we're sitting down. We get the menus. I ordered chicken, which was about €7. Just important detail, about €7, and a water. And she got mad at me that I ordered water. She's like, why you order water? I'm like, well, because I have a gig tonight. I don't want to drink, especially not now, because like I don't want to be tired for the gig. And she's like, oh, come on, we in China, we make romance. You get wine. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not having wine. Like, she was fucking rude as hell. I'm just like, I don't want wine, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm having my chicken and my water, and yeah. So she gives me all this attitude, and then finally, she orders. I don't know what she says, because I don't speak Chinese. And then in comes 2 glasses of wine, and yeah, and I'm like, oh, I said I don't want the wine. More than a gym. Fit one, can you see that? It's more than a gym. So yeah, so the wine hits the table, and I'm just like, yo, I don't want this wine. Why did you order this for me? I said I don't want it. She's like, come on, we make date. You in China, you drink wine. And I'm like, fine. I'm gonna have like a sip. I'm not drinking this wine, just so you know. So we make a cheers. I take a sip. I place it to the side. I'm like, all right, that's it for the wine. And again, she's just on her phone the whole time. She asked me where I go to school. I'm like, dude, I already told you, like, I'm here to play some music. I'm not in fucking school. She doesn't give a shit. So it's just awful. This sucks ass. And in my head, I'm like, I have to get out of this so much. So as I'm sitting there, they then bring in a fucking, remember, I ordered chicken. So in comes a lobster, a big fucking lobster on a platter. By the way, I'm not making that much money at these gigs, you know. I told y'all what my booking fees are. I'm not like just printing money, you know. I'm not on this YouTube because I have so much money coming in. So yeah, but just keep that in mind. So a fucking lobster comes in on a plate, and in my head I'm like, damn, she ordered a fucking lobster for lunch? Like, guess she really is this rich, I guess she really is rich. By the way, it's so gray. Berlin is just gray. More than a gym. You know what I need when I go to the gym? I need more. That's all. But so basically I'm like, fuck. Should we go in to fit one? No, we shouldn't. I guess we're walking. I've never been here before. But so a lobster comes in. Waitress opens up that orb thing on the table. So again, table, like orb thing. Lift up the orb thing, place the lobster in, cover the lobster, press some buttons. The lobster is now being steamed, which sounds really cool, maybe. Sounds really fancy and chill. But honestly, this restaurant was weird as fuck. I don't think there was like anyone else in there. And this lobster starts steaming. The room is getting full of steam. Smells like shit. And that's why I realized, okay, this is why this restaurant smells bad, because they're just steaming fish and lobsters in like what seemed to be poorly ventilated rooms. I don't remember the ventilation situation, but I do remember the room was like fucking, it was like a weird acid trip, honestly. It was like full of smoke, and like this woman's there like texting, being rude to me. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck's going on? Whatever, she's rich, she wants lobster. So then in comes a snow crab, or I don't know if it was a snow crab, a big fucking crab. Then in comes an entire fish on a plate. Then in comes some fucking like weird fruits that were hollowed out, filled with other fruits. And then in comes, oh yeah, an entire bottle of wine. She's like slamming this wine, by the way. She keeps trying to cheers me like every 2 minutes, like cheers, cheers. And I'm like, dude, I'm not drinking this shit still. And I'm like, Jesus, she's ordering a lot of food. My chicken comes in. Chicken's crap, by the way. It sucks. Shitty chicken. It was cold. Like, look, well, I'm fine shitting on this restaurant because it sounds like this restaurant is probably in on the Shanghai scam, which is the whole title of this movie. But we're going to get there. So, like, I don't even know this is a legit restaurant. It's probably not. It's almost certainly not, actually. It's a fucking scam restaurant, too. Okay, we're getting there. So, basically, she gets up to go to the bathroom. And by the way, at one point, I had this feeling in my body. You know when... Do you ever have a moment where you know something's off? You don't know exactly what, but something's just not right? Like, if you've seen, like, The Truman Show, and Jim Carrey's like, I feel like everyone is watching me or something, like, that sort of vibe. Like, I had that feeling, and I actually felt fear. I should have listened to my body. Whatever. Because in my brain, at one point, I was like, Alex, get out of here. Something is very wrong. I don't know what. But I felt scared, and I was like, you should run. But then, of course, my brain's like, Alex... You can't just run out of a restaurant. Let's get the kids out. Getting the kids out of the shot. Like, you can't just run out of a restaurant. Like, you're gonna... Like, that's crazy, you know? Like, it's gonna be fine. You're just gonna bounce once this lunch is over. You can't just, like, sprint out of the restaurant. That's too weird. Hashtag babies crying. Hashtag whatever. So, basically, I'm like, you can't just run out of the restaurant. And she gets to go to the bathroom. I text the promoter. His name's Marcos. He's at Abyss in Shanghai. Cool guy. I had a nice experience with him, at least. And he was very nice. And I'm going to see him again soon. Shanghai, December 31st, New Year's Eve, Abyss. We're doing it again. Be there. But basically, I was like, yo, dude, I'm on the worst state of my life right now. And he said, do you need help? Do you want us to send you a taxi? Should have said yes. But I was like, nah, it's cool. It's almost over. And I'm getting out of here. So, lol, whatever. I'm on WeChat too. Another key detail, WeChat's gonna come back. So, now she comes back. She was only at the bathroom for like 30 seconds, by the way. And I was like, that was weird. And I was like, oh, that was fast. And she's like, yeah, I just had to wash hands. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't believe her. Whatever. I don't know what she fucking did. I have a feeling she was telling the restaurant people, yo, I got this dumbass in here. Let's scam him. I'm pretty sure that's what she was saying. So basically, the bill comes. I'm still hungry, by the way. Even though all this food came, tasted bad. Like, the lobster was stupid. You had to wear these gloves to, like, break it and shit. The chicken sucked ass. My water was fine, I guess. Whatever. So I'm, like, still hungry, which is also kind of funny. And server comes. Now, I had such a limited experience in China, you know? But from everyone I was talking to, even in the clubs, you know, which tends to be more progressive places and, like, more, what's the word? You know, more, like, liberal, more, like, men, women, equality, everyone's gay, you know, everything's chill, you know, that sort of vibe. It does seem more traditional there, in general. So, like, of course, the server comes up, gives me the bill, because I'm the dude. And I'm just like, oh, hey, she's paying the bill. Thank you, but she's paying the bill. It says 10,000 won. Not sure how much that is exactly. I'm pretty new. I wasn't that good at the exchange rates yet. I think it's around 120 euros, which is a lot. You know, I don't want to spend that for lunch. What the fuck? That's an expensive-ass lunch. That's like an expensive dinner for me. But that's definitely, whatever. She's paying, though, so it's all good, you know? Because that was the whole fucking premise. Right when I met her, sun's out. Rare for Berlin at this time of year. Got to savor it. We're gonna sit here. So, bill comes. We're sitting. Let's get the lighting. Oh, fuck, it's so bright. I'm not supposed to have people in the background. It's like Germany privacy law, so I have to... All right, we're gonna go here. Bill comes. I'm like, oh, yo, she's paying. She looks up. What? I know pay. You pay. You gentlemen. In China, man pay. And I was just like, no. Like, I'm like, what? Like, you said you were paying. Like, I'm not paying for this shit. Like, you're paying for this. She's like, no, I can't pay. I have no money. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck? Like, I don't have money either. Like, and all this time, can y'all hear me? All this time, the server's there all confused, like, not sure where to hand the check. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you have to pay this bill. And she's like, I can't pay the bill. I don't have enough money. And I'm just sitting there like, well, I'm not paying. Meanwhile, I do feel bad because I've worked in I got some skateboarders doing some cool tricks. I would film them. Maybe we'll get a sneak peek. I feel like skateboarders like being filmed. Skateboarders love it. Bam. Okay, basically, they're always filming each other. That's like half of skateboarding is filming, you know? But basically, I'm like, yo, I'm not paying for this. And, oh yeah, I've worked in a bunch of restaurants. I love restaurants. I respect the hell out of restaurants. It's really hard. Like, most restaurants close. That's a hard-ass business. So meanwhile, I feel kind of bad. Yo, my phone died. It didn't die. I ran out of memory. So I had to delete some shit. But okay, basically, worked at a bunch of restaurants. It's hard work. So I feel kind of bad for this server because I'm like, fuck, are we about to fuck this restaurant up because we're about to not pay this fucking bill? I do have a credit card, an American credit card. Or wait, maybe it was my European credit card. And, or my debit card. I didn't know if it worked in China. I didn't want to use it because, like, I kind of assumed that I don't know, there's sometimes like foreign transaction fees and shit like this. So I don't want to use the card. That's why I was trying to get, you know, the local currency and stuff. because I just don't know like how my card is or if I'm gonna get fucked with all these bills or whatever. So we're arguing back and forth. She's like straight up yelling at me saying, why you know gentlemen? In China, gentlemen pay. You know gentlemen. And it was kind of funny because at one point she asked me, she goes, are you gentlemen? And I was like, I guess I'm not, because I'm not paying for this. And she like got all like, she was stuck for a second. But then no, she kept yelling at me. I'm pissed off. I'm annoyed as fuck. I think the bill's like 120 euros. And eventually, after like, I don't know how long it was, because in moments like this, you know, time can be weird. Probably like a couple minutes, like maybe like 1 to 2 minutes of back and forth. It appears that she pays 3,000 won out of 10,000, and she's all annoyed about it. She's like, ugh, like, fine, you know, ugh, like, I'm gonna have to call my sister to get money for this because I can't afford this. And I'm like, cool, do it. I don't care. Call your fucking parents too. I don't give a shit. I didn't say that. I was more just like, yeah, I guess you'll have to call your sister. I actually was a little heated at this point, but I wasn't like that crazy. I was like, you know, I definitely was like, yeah, like call your sister. Like, I don't know, like you have to pay for this. Like, you know, I'm not saying like, fuck you, call your stupid fucking mom. You know, I'm not saying like that, even though it's fun to tell the story like that though, because I honestly like, yeah, what the fuck was this? But basically, so eventually I agree to pay half the bill, which I'm pissed off about. Because I feel like kind of bad for this restaurant. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even order any of this shit. I ordered that €7 chicken, which was ass, and a water. And so basically, I go out of the shitty little room. I pay half the bill at the front with whatever person who works there or whatever. I'm pissed off. I walk out of the restaurant. She's still inside the restaurant. And I'm so fucking sketchy as I'm signing this. I'm like, this feels so fucking weird that I'm even signing this bill right now. Like, I'm pissed, you know. I just spent 60 euros on a lunch. But wait, there's more. There's still more. So we're not there yet. We're not at the biggest punchline yet. So basically, I call Marcos. I'm like, yeah, dude, just got fucked. He's like, oh, shit, that sucks. Something like that. I don't know. He was really nice. And eventually I'm like, whatever, I'm going to walk. I'm going to go back to the hotel in a bit. Get back to the hotel. Oh, funny diesel though, actually. As I'm still outside, she comes out. She looks hammered. And by the way, I thought it was weird that she was drinking so much, because like we're having lunch and she's like basically downing this bottle of wine by herself. And I'm not this type of person, but I've heard I don't even know if this is real, but I hear it's a thing. Some people like meet up, get hammered and fuck, or like they might want to get hammered before they fuck or something. I don't know. That's weird to me if I don't know someone. I barely even drink, or like I haven't drank in like a month and a half or something. Like I don't drink much, but if I do drink, like in the context of dating and stuff like this, like I don't know, I would feel uncomfortable like getting that drunk with someone I don't know. Whatever. So she's hammered, it seems, and I'm out in the street and she just like walks out. Where do we go next? And I was like, dude, we're not going anywhere. Like, get the fuck, like please. I don't say get the fuck. I think I say like, I don't remember what exactly I said, but I think I was like, yo, we're not hanging out anymore. We're done. Like, please go away. We're not hanging out anymore. Like, I don't care. Like, bye, get out of here. So then she's like, okay. And then she just like wanders off. And, so I'm pissed off. I get home and I'm like, okay, I just started an Asia tour. First Asia tour ever. I should check how much money I've got, because like I don't have that much money. I need to like figure out how I'm gonna budget this. I just spent 60 euros on a lunch. I can't be doing that, you know, because I gotta like, you know, I gotta make a little money on this trip and whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So I checked my bank account, and here's the kicker. It wasn't 60 euros. It was 660 euros. And my heart sank. I was still hungry. My hunger went away. And I was just like, oh my God. I just got so fucked. I just spent 660 euros on this fucking dumb shit lunch with this dumb fuck. I just got scammed. Fuck. And I was just like, what the shit? And like, I couldn't, I was really sad, honestly. I was really upset. I felt violated. I was like, this is fucking, what the fuck, you know? I just come here and this fuckhead, you know, whatever. So I'm really sad. And here's the thing. If you're in China and you don't have WeChat, like everyone uses WeChat for everything. It's like Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, like you even buy shit on it. It's like everything in one app. So if you kind of, it's real, like if you can't use it, it's really annoying. And so guess what? I go on WeChat to write Marcos and I'm fucking banned on WeChat because I'm too lazy to edit. Maybe I'll edit it in, but she reported me for fraud. So I could no longer access the app, which kind of makes sense because then I can no longer like access our conversation. So yeah, I still to this day am banned on WeChat. I need to like get unbanned before I go back. But yeah, so I email Marcos and I'm like, we're on the street. I'll try and go to a quieter area. So I email Marcos and I'm like, yo, like I'm fucked right now. I'm very sad. Like, cause I don't know anyone in this city except for Marcos and then, Edgar, cool guy, other promoter there. And I'm just like, yo, like, let's, fuck. And so whatever, we meet up and he was like, yeah, this happens sometimes. Probably the restaurant was in on it. And, yeah, like you got fucked. And I mean, he was like, you know, also like, I'm paraphrasing and, you know, then we hung out and he helped me feel better and whatever. But like, yeah, that's the Shanghai scam. So if you go to Shanghai, I don't fucking know. I don't know how common it is, but yeah, it's kind of a funny story. The way he said it was, Marcus was like, yo, you just paid good money for a good story. Or you just paid 660 euros for a good story. Which like, yeah, still sucks ass. Look at her. But whatever. I don't know. So yeah, so that's the Shanghai scam. That's tour time, you know? I'm also gonna have there's more stories to come. Let me know, like I said, if you have a better title for tour time, I'm trying to think of like a fun, quick title for like tour stories, then tell me. And we'll put it in the comments, you know, if you want, tour time, whatever. Shanghai scam. I might do an episode on the Mexican mess. It's another one. So yeah, love y'all. And that's it. Gig announcements. November 29th at Paris Rex Club. It's gonna be sick. December 2nd, Prague. No Remorse Party. We're waiting. There might be something interesting on December 9th. Not positive yet. Happening in West Germany. Stay tuned for that. And then, bam, end of December, back to China, Beijing, Shenzhen, Ibis, Shanghai, December 29, 30, 31st. And then a bunch of gigs in Asia, Australia, January. So get ready. It's going to be fun. Hopefully not too many more tour time stories on this trip. Or maybe fun ones. Because at least the first two I want to talk about, the Shanghai scam and the Mexican mess, are pretty wild. Kind of at my own detriment. But we'll see. Whatever. Cool. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.